exactly 50 years today, my twin sister and I landed at San Francisco International Airport on our way to Andrews University in Berrien Springs, Michigan. We went there to study, and 50 years has passed with some ups, some downs. We have been pretty healthy, and God has blessed us. We have gone from black hair to white hair. That's how life is. But I'm happy to tell you that because of my mom's faithfulness in going to church every Sabbath, she brought us. We were there at between 9 and 9:15, without fail, every Sabbath when we were growing up. And that has instilled in me the idea of, and the thought that worship to God is the most important thing in your life. If you have missed that, I pray that this year will be something that you will decide to do. Because for me and my family, that is the most important thing. The future, when God comes, when He takes us home to heaven, that is the most important thing. Win $1 million or being famous or having a PhD degree or MD degree will not compare to going to heaven. Thank God.
Well, if you notice, I followed after him, right? We are fraternal twins, and he was born first. I had to follow, so I always felt, man, you're just an afterthought. You were not planned. And I carried this God with me all throughout. I even had no choice. I had to follow him to Andrews University, the Boondocks. And when we landed there in the midst of 50 years ago, landed there, my uncle and aunt knew we were coming. They went and tried to find jobs for us on campus to help supplement our pocket money. My uncle found us a job at the College Wood Products, but very quickly we learned it was not, we termed it College Wood Purgatory. The job that we had was a furniture making factory where the College Wood Products had contracts with JCPenney's for the furniture. My job and Ken's job was assembly line, and we had to stand the furniture down and assembly line the furniture was stacked up on you. Oh, how I hated it. And I said, well, but God, I had no choice in this. I had to follow my brother, why? I had no choice. I wanted to go to another university, but I had to follow him because I was his twin. Well, 3 years later, 3 summers, I graduated to be in the bindery, the college bindery bookmaking, and that summer, before summer came, I was so happy. I said, oh good, I'm out of CWP, Purgatory, and now I graduated to a more, the college bindery. Come that summer, if any of you, and I'm sure Ramon knows, the summers in Michigan can be hot, humid, and I've never experienced such heat. Mosquitoes that are as big as flies, you're smiling, right? You know what it is like. Well, anyway, besides this glue machine, besides the hot, humid summer, I had to work beside the glue machine every day. At the end of the day, I'd just go back to my dorm room. My body could not stand the intense heat. All I could think of was to down to Excedrin to take away my headache. Well, that was the first part of the summer. My parents said, well, you can come back now for the last part of your summer. You can fly home, which I did. But I also had a very infected tonsils, and I was always running the temperature. And when I was back in Singapore, my uncle said, he took a look at he's a physician, he took a look at my tonsils, and he said, they had to come out. So of course he took them out and he put stitches in there. A week after my surgery, my stitches were healing and they felt kind of itchy, and I found a bottle of Wood's Peppermint Cure. That's a British product, like a thick cough syrup. In the meantime, my left side of my abdomen always kind of hurt when I was hungry. Didn't realize what was going on. So anyway, I took Wood's Peppermint Cure. That night, I started my throwing up of fresh clots of blood like meat, and I was passing fresh blood. Fortunately, I was able to my mom could even hear me call my weak cries. Well, she saw me and she says, oh no. She called my uncle at 4 a.m. in the morning. He rushed over, he gave me a jab of vitamin K to stop the bleeding. He says, we need to rush her to emergency room. That was the Sabbath morning, okay? And the bleeding kind of quieted down. They gave me blood. But by 12 noon again, the vitamin K must have been wearing out. He says, I can't give her another shot, he said. And he said, she's not looking good. Told my mom. My mom was standing beside me. She says, oh no, you can't go. You're too young. You're only 21 years old. And I just looked at her. I says, Mom, whatever God wills. At that point, that was really my Damascus Road experience. Okay, and I said, whatever God wills. I said, I'm young, I don't have any responsibilities. But she says, no. And unbeknownst to me, church was in progress. Someone had called the church, and the pastor got the message, and he interrupted his sermon. He says, Pam is in the ICU, she's deathly ill. So the whole church started praying for me. Well, I had already made my peace with God. I was even too weak to even feel my heartbeat. Life was ebbing out of me. But like I said, unbeknownst, I don't know at what hour, the church must have been praying, everyone was praying. Suddenly I felt life being infused in me, and from that moment on, I was on the road to recovery. Now, is that a Damascus experience or what? After that experience, I said, well, God, you planned for me to be born. I was not an afterthought. So, Brenna, you're a twin also. You are not an afterthought. You have a purpose. God has a purpose in life for all of us. And as we face this new year, for the offertory, I played Blessed Assurance. Jesus is mine. Blessed Assurance. This is my story. This glory divine. So let us go into this new year, Happy New Year, church members, and let us go into this new year praising our Savior with thanksgiving, letting Him know that we have to be ready, not to get ready. We have to be ready every day because we don't know when He's coming. We want Him to come quickly, but let's be ready. This is my story. Glory